Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of the Love and Luck podcast. Man, today we're going to have a couple of good topics today. We're going to spill with y'all, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do, how do y'all feel on interracial relationships? Cause we live on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of interracial relationships that I be seeing going on around here, and I listen to a couple people that really disagrees with interracial relationships. Like I listen to Dr. Umar sometimes, and he do not like he don't like you messing with nothing.
Right.
That's white.
For sure. I mean, I seen that.
Yeah, so
You know,
hey,
he ain't with it.
Let's dive off into this. You know what I'm saying? Right off the dribble. What you think about that? Interrelationships.
I mean, shit. What is we talking? We talking.
I mean, shit, cause a lot of people did that. Might even a couple sisters I done seen them. They always be like, "Oh, y'all dating them white girls,
right.
Y'all dating these other bitches. Y'all what y'all can't put up with us. Y'all too weak.
Right.
You can't handle a strong black woman." And
Right.
I mean, I didn't heard all of it, man. So
Yeah.
I'm just asking what you think about interracial relationships. I keep getting that messed up. Interracial relationships.
I mean, I can say, from my experience, just seeing other cats. You know what I mean? And myself, I know that a lot of times when you know what I mean? I know growing up, it wasn't such of a big thing, but, as times, have, progressed, I think, a man wants a woman that, cooperates. If he don't have if he doesn't have a woman that don't cooperate, then shit, life becomes that much harder because you need, you need cooperation. Shit, especially, if you out there, trying to figure it out and trying to, get things done and so on and so forth. And, you got to come back to, a motherfucker trying to set certain kind of restrictions and, trying to tell you what you can do and what you can't do and so on and so forth, instead of just, you letting you be a man and go out there and figure out and, rooting you the fuck on. You know what I mean?
I definitely, this is what I remember. Back in the day, I had a Filipino woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had got with her, and I remember it was a lot of sisters. They was on me though.
Right.
They was on my heels. They was on my bumper.
Yeah.
But I ain't give them no rhythm.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I was on her bumper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I come to find out they didn't like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand why they didn't like it though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They was like, you messing with all these other off-brand bitches and this and that, and
right.
They was just really didn't like it, man. They was really hating on it.
Most definitely.
Didn't care if the girl was a solid chick. She was loyal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cooked.
Yeah.
Man, that girl, that particular female, man, I used to come home and my clothes was creased up and
all that.
Dinner was made.
For sure.
I used to sit down and I remember I didn't know nothing of this stuff. She used to put facials on me and it was like some kind of mud and shit.
Yeah.
Just put it on your face and kept my hair. I had long hair at the time.
Right.
Yeah, I was doing, I used to shake it out, but she used to keep it
For
braided
sure.
up. And,
right.
Man, I'm talking about all this stuff was accessible at the house.
Right.
And I didn't have to leave nowhere of nothing. I'm talking about things was already done.
Man.
Versus
that's what a nigga need.
Versus when I was dating my sisters, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have no food ready for me. You can skip ironing your clothes and all that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't happening.
And if it came in a little too late, you was getting a verbal assault.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then next thing I know, they was hanging on the block with some of your friends, and they hanging out with their friends to go mess with some more cats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was catching it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
versus the Filipino girl, she had friends and shit, but she didn't really, she wasn't hanging out on no blocks.
Right.
She wasn't going out to go get wasted and go hang out with some more dudes and all this sort of type of stuff. Versus, I mean, this is my experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all of them do that.
Yeah.
I mean, but for even the cats that I know,
Right.
the dudes that I know, they like, man, yeah, bitch tripping, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They want to go on a girl's vacation.
Right.
And all that old shit. And,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I do some shit, hang out a couple hours, I'm
It's
getting,
a problem.
you was with them bitches. And
Right,
and just a bunch of drama going on, man. It was just drama, man. So I don't know. I mean, this is what I seen and what I experienced thus far.
Right. Well, I can say me myself, man. I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't mess with, you know what I mean, women of other races, but I didn't been in relationships with black women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And ultimately, you know what I mean, by me being in relationships with black women, what I can say is, you know what I mean, and I don't want to get down on black women. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? From my experience, you know what I mean, and I tried hard because I'm like, I want somebody that look like my mama, my sister, you know what I mean, my daughters, you know what I mean? I want a woman that look like that. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? And to me it was just, it was something, that was inside of me that felt like just being with you know what I mean, a woman of my own race, you know what I mean, was, you know what I mean, the proper thing to do, But I mean, after years and years and years of just going through the lack thereof, you know what I mean, as far as, you know what I mean, the things that a man needs, you know what I mean, I was just, my cousin, he got, you know what I mean, all he do is mess with white women. He was like, man, you know what I mean, I done left them sisters alone long time ago. He like, man, he said, I can't blame them. They damaged just like me. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
Absolutely. That's
we
real,
both
though.
fucked up. You know what I mean?
That's real.
That's how he put it down. And I'm like, shit. You know what I mean? It's a real thing.
It's damage, but
You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, just a few years back, I said, man, you know what I mean, cats may be right, man, because cats that's working it out with, you know what I mean, these other races, man, they doing all right, and and not to say, you know what I mean, I mess with a lot of Hispanic women, you know what I mean, and they was, you know what I mean, black, but they was Hispanic, and even in them, you could see the difference in them. You feel me?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I just think, man, it's just going back to, you know what I mean, as a black race in our culture, man, I think we've been so fucked up and damaged, man, to where it makes it hard for us to deal with each other when we supposed to be all we got. The white man, he has somebody, the Asian man has somebody, the Mexican man has somebody. But when it comes to, you know what I mean, a black man having somebody, you know what I mean, where's the woman that's gonna keep him, you know what I mean, that's gonna hold him down. And not just that, niggas be fucking up too. You know what I mean? Niggas don't be on their shit.
Fuck up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the niggas that don't be on their shit. You know what I mean? Of course, a man gonna fuck up. But you know what I mean? I'm talking about a man supposed to be and stay on his shit.
Supposed to stay on your shit.
Right.
But what I notice is even, like you said, we grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So when you come from the hood, you know what I'm saying, that hood shit, it could be a girl that be in love with their man, you know what I'm saying? And they still like him and all that, but the next thing you know, she want to jump ship because she just seen so-and-so pull up in the Benzo.
Right.
She just seen so-and-so pull up in the Escalade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That type of shit.
And they thinking about, oh, okay, well, what he can do for me, or you know what I'm saying, what he can buy me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not knowing dude just want to smash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they'll take that risk and go out and let that man smash and mess off what they did have with a dude that was being good to them or whatnot. And because they was just so into the flash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. I think that's all women nowadays.
Yeah, you right.
that's
You know what I'm saying? Because
that's all women
I done seen them
nowadays.
so much. I'm talking about even now, even me. You know what I'm saying? I'll step into a spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And female come talk to me, like, I'll be like, hey, what's up? You know, you got a man, don't you?
Right.
Yeah, I got a man at home.
Mm-hmm.
But.
Yeah. For sure. Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's the but about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you willing to mess off what you got at home?
Yeah.
To try to mess with a guy like myself?
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
For
Don't
sure.
you know there's a chance that you is not gonna want to go back home? You know what I'm saying? Because that stuff happens.
For sure.
I had that happen to me before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had a chick get with me before. She hung out, kicked it. I made a kiki ha ha ha. And we drinking and you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, wah wah bang bang, you know what I'm saying? Now she don't want to go back home.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that dude probably was madly in love with her or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You like, damn.
For sure.
So, and this is a black girl though.
Yeah, right.
So now I can't shit. I done seen some white women do that shit too.
Shit, it's all when it comes to that type of shit, man. It's all fair game, man. I think all women playing that game. Not all women, but all women of all races is playing that. That game nowadays.
Usually, them mixed breeds and them they really it's hard. It's like they won't jump out there like that though. It's like it's rare that they'll risk it if they have somebody that they in love with.
Yeah, for
you know what I'm saying? It's rare that they'll risk it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Just like me and my homies, we went and had breakfast, I say a couple weeks ago, and they was talking shit to a chick, and she said, yeah, I got a man, he drive trucks.
Yeah.
And so my homie blurted out, oh, so he ain't never at home. And she said, yeah.
Right.
You got that right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That
I'm
type
like,
of shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, damn, so this nigga on the road, he making the money, he paying all the bills, and you sitting up here smiling and grinning, talking about, yeah, that's right, he always on the road.
Right.
That was just an open invitation.
For sure.
To let this man shoot his shot, even though he ain't shoot his shot, but you know what I'm saying? I'm recognizing game. I'm like, oh man, yeah, she ready to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So what I'm saying is to say that if that was a white woman or one of these other bras, you know what I'm saying, they gonna turn their nose up.
Yeah.
I done seen that a million times. They turn their nose up. Yeah, I'm happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Or they may flash a little hand or something, you know what I'm saying? Anything.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a big
right. Well, I can say, when it boiled down to that, I didn't experience, different kind of women, but I think shit, when it come to shit like that, love, I think they all, I think they all kind of fucked up on the real, my nigga. You know what I mean? Nowadays, they all kind of fucked up.
I think they all fucked up, but
when it come to that,
I think the sister jump out quicker.
I got you.
That's all I can see, because I done seen them do it.
Right.
They jump out fast.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a bad girl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she might shoot it to a friend, girl. That nigga, he got some dollars.
Yeah, for sure.
You see, look at Keke Palmer. You know what I'm saying? Look at them bras to go see Usher.
Yeah.
You been saying nigga can't tap them draws, man?
Right.
And you gotta just have you know what I'm saying? You got a whole man at the crib.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. But one thing I know for sure is by us being black men, you know what I mean, we gonna get more opportunities with with black women wanting to fuck with us, you know what I mean, other than other races anyways, so
we a hot commodity now, man.
Right. So
everybody loving us.
Oh yeah, for sure. But a lot of times a white woman or another woman, they gonna be reluctant to fuck with us, especially, you know what I mean, because there's a certain kind of stigma that comes with a black man.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times, you know what I mean, you might have to ease into that a little, you know what I mean? A black woman, she gonna fuck with you right off top. You know what I mean? A lot of white women, they gonna be kind of reluctant, you know what I mean, and try to feel you out and so on and so forth.
She gonna fuck with you, but I think she gonna be like this.
What's that?
The hands like this. Put it there.
Oh, white woman or black woman?
Well, all of them want that in their pocket.
Oh, yeah. They all want that.
Sister, though, right off top.
Right.
Well, what can you do for me?
Oh, yeah. All
What
top.
are you bringing to the... Then we having that argument.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? What you got?
Yeah, right. But I think ultimately what it boils down to is a black woman, just like us as black people, we more bold. You feel me? So motherfucker, you know what I mean, there's certain ways that motherfuckers go about certain shit. You know what I mean? You know, due to culture. You know what I mean? You know, your motherfucking black motherfucker gonna be, you know what I mean, black people are more flamboyant, you know what I mean, they more, you know, outgoing as far as, you know what I mean, what they want and talking about it and, you know what I mean, and getting directly to the point, you know what I mean? But shit, all these bitches want something, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they all want
All
something.
these bitches want something. It don't matter what race they is, you know what I
What I
mean?
discovered is the people of other ethnicities, they would even accept a Bummy Brother and put him up and put him on and all kind of shit.
Right.
Until he just started messing all the way up.
For sure.
I didn't see that.
Right.
But you ain't gonna get that from no sister.
Yeah.
She ain't finna accept no Bummy Brother
For sure.
right off the dribble. She
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
matter of fact, you gonna get the cold shoulder, period.
Right. Well, you know, a lot of niggas out here lying one way or another anyways.
Oh, yeah,
So a
niggas
nigga may be,
is
I mean, you know, I didn't, you know what I mean, I didn't, had conversations with women and they was like, oh, well, the nigga seemed like he, he had his shit together. And then, you know what I mean, he was taking me to dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, dinners and shit. Then, you know what I mean, and then I found out the nigga was broke. You know what I
Right.
mean? The nigga, you know what I mean, he was borrowing his homeboy car or he was using a rental car or, you know what I mean, he was scrounging up some money to take her out for that moment, you know what I mean?
For that
Then
moment.
once he hooked her, once he got his hooks in her, you know what I mean?
She was gone already.
You know. So it's a lot of cats running around playing that game, you know what I mean? You know.
You ain't lying. I didn't heard it. Yeah.
I hear that over and
Over
over
and
and
over.
over
Yeah.
and
I heard
over
that a
and
million
over
times.
and over. And shit, I could keep going on with those.
And again.
You know what I mean? You know
And
what I mean?
again.
I'm like, God damn, you ain't figured that shit out yet? Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all all keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe? You know what I mean?
And she done turned you down and shot you down.
Oh,
And
man.
got this motherfucker.
Yeah, probably because I kept it gangster from gate. You know what I mean? This is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I'm about, and this is how it's going to have to be. You know what I mean?
I have to be. It's my way or no way.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? So, I didn't try to shape something and mold something to be something or myself to be something I wasn't. I told them exactly how it was. You know what I mean? And how I get down.
And I understand what Dr. Umar be saying as far as the rich man, because he's saying, like, dudes go get all these white women or whatever you want to say, and then they marry, they get married, you know what I'm saying? Then all that rich money going to the white folks,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I understand that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But then when you mess around and have a baby with that chick, you know what I'm saying? That baby's still black.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So in my eyes, I'm like, well, hell, you ain't gotta give the money, well, unless she divorce your ass,
Yeah, for sure.
which they do that too. 'Cause
Right.
I remember a chick that set a guy up that way. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? And then she rich off of that.
For sure.
You know, so you do gotta watch for the snakes though in the other kind, because
So,
they will try to
right.
get a
So,
baby
yeah,
up
man,
on that motherfucker.
motherfuckers just got different ways to go about doing shit, man. It don't, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's something that you bring out that shit and you think about, motherfuckers like Dr. Dre and motherfucking, you know what I mean? Who else? Somebody else that
Yeah,
came to
cause
mind.
get a rich black man, it's a business for some of them. Cause they know the money's coming with it.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure,
The money
for sure.
coming with it.
Right.
Cause I remember, I don't know if we spoke on this on one of our shows or not. Tell me if did this ring a bell when I said a white chick was dating a football player, and the dude was strapping up.
Yeah. You mentioned that, but
did I say that on the show?
Yeah, but go ahead and you know what I mean. Give
I don't
us
know if I
a small summary of it again.
Yeah, I'll give y'all a small summary, but he used to have his rubbers ready, you know what I'm saying? He kept condoms and all that, and she took a pin and poked them all up. She poked all the rubbers up, all of them, you know what I'm saying? So no matter which rubber he used, he was gonna skeet off in that thing.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? So what happened was, make a long story short, is he got her pregnant. And he let her know that, hey, that baby ain't mine. You know I've been strapping up, you know what I'm saying? And
For sure.
took him to court and everything, and the baby turned out to be his.
Right.
So she wound up getting child support, and all kind of foolishness out that man. And she done moved it on, and she got so much money out the boy. She went and bought real estate and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And she's
Right.
balling right now to this day
Yeah. For sure. I mean, the shit.
with another nigga.
Right. And you know what I mean? And it all, you know what I mean? They all playing, you know what I mean? A lot of them out there playing the game, man, you know, whether, you know, regardless of what race they is. You feel me? It's a lot of them foreigners that, you know what I mean, motherfuckers are married, you know, and then once they get over here to the to this country, you know what I mean? Then next thing you know, they didn't stay married for 2-3 years, and then next thing you know, they didn't skedaddle.
Yeah, they done found around and they got Americanized.
Yeah, they didn't got Americanized, and it's a wrap. You feel me?
They got Americanized.
Yeah.
That's why my partner said, he said, you go get one out of the country, man, you better make sure when you get her here.
Yeah, you keep her motherfucking ass there. You keep her ass over there, and you go visit her over there. You know what I mean?
Don't get them around these American
exactly
chicks, 'cause
for
it's
sure.
a wrap.
Most definitely.
They saying it's a wrap.
Yeah, for sure. So I
turn her out.
right, and I think ultimately, you know, when it boils down to it, you know, we talking about this whole, you know what I mean, interracial thing. I think, you know, from the gate, I think a lot of black women, they show their colors of who they truly are, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, I can't do nothing with you. You know what I mean? You know, or along the way, they trying to control the situation so much to the point to where a man can't even get to where he need to get, because it's like, you know what I mean? You know, if a man is supposed to be going out here and trying to go out here and figure out shit, how in the fuck can I if you trying to stop me? Not a, you know what I mean? I think it's more understood within other races. As long as my man going out and doing what the fuck he need to do, as far as taking care of these bills, I'm gonna leave him the fuck alone. You know what I mean? I think that's a greater, you know what I mean, understanding when it comes to other races. You feel me? And that's just something that we, you know what I mean, that we don't have when we're dealing as black men when we deal with black women.
Now, I can't say I had a good experience like, 'cause my other wife was a Filipina and black woman.
Right.
Now, when it came to me going out, getting money, and making sure our house and home was straight, I didn't have no pullback, no blowbacks really. And it was that experience I can say, that was one experience that I can say
Yeah.
that I have no complaints in that area. You know what I'm saying? Because it was I gotta go get some bread. You know what I'm saying? And it was make sure you get here safely.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Or check in and make sure nigga get in safely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus some of the chicks nowadays, they just want you to be all up under their armpit and
Oh yeah.
you got where you going and this and that. You like, hold on, we got bills to pay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a motherfucker.
If you ain't got a couple of meals set up in the bank for the both of us, you know what I'm saying?
Leave
then
me the
hell,
fuck
somebody
alone.
got to go out and fish.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
bring that motherfucking meat to the crib.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? And I'm definitely not finna starve.
Right. Exactly.
I'm finna eat.
Yeah.
And now you can eat with me.
Right.
If you don't want to eat with me, then hell, toodaloo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you know, you get your certain experiences, I guess, but I don't know. I seen some people make it. I got a brother. One of my brothers. He been with his lady for a minute. You know, they are interracial couple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who else I know? I got a homie named from out of Houston. His name Chris. I think he been with his lady. He been with her for a while.
Yeah.
And they got kids and everything. I don't know. It could work. You know what I'm saying? Because for being, what if you get most of the sisters you fuck around, and once you have one disagreement,
Yeah.
they on the phone with, this nigga over here tripping, da 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 da. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
You got them kind.
Right, yeah.
They done put a neighborhood on you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Put the
I had a
neighborhood
friend
on
of mine that was he was from the other side.
Yeah.
And he used to call me all the time, be like, hey man, your girl, man, she disrespecting me and, you know what I'm saying, hanging out with other niggas. And
Right.
then she got the nerve to disrespect my neighborhood and,
For sure.
and all kind of foolishness. So I used to be like, man, you just got to let it go, man.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm
Most
saying? That was a sister.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, it is what it is. You got to figure it out what's good for you, I guess.
Yeah. Well, one thing I can say, man, you know, from what my understanding is and what I do see, I can't lie. Most of the cats that I know, you know what I mean, that's successful, you know what I mean, and they out there, you know what I mean, trying to get it, they don't have African American women. You know what I mean? For the most part, within my peer group. You know what I mean? That's just that's what I know. You know, you know, uh, and it's a cold thing, but I had to look at it and be like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like, man, well, you know what I mean? Because what I mean, from how I'm wired, I'm like, shit, I truly want to be around a woman that's, you know what I mean, similar to, you know what I mean, my mama and
Yourself, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, shit,
I get it.
and then for me to say that all of them was fucked up like that, it's like, damn, you know what I mean? And then I'm a motherfucker that's, I'm the type of person that, I believe that, a motherfucker that basically life is plentiful, and you know what I mean. I'm an optimist. Is
Right,
basically what it
right,
is. You know what I
right.
mean? I live my life off of being, you know what I mean, optimistic. But you know what I mean? Shit, I guess, when it come down to that shit, and you keep running into, you know what I mean, black women after black woman, and you know what I mean, y'all just can't agree. It's like, damn, how optimistic can I motherfucking be? You know what I mean? At some point, shit, you got to go in the other direction.
Yeah, the only thing about going in the other direction sometimes is it's like when you enter into another world. You know what I'm saying? So if you entering into another woman's world that's a different ethnicity, you know what I'm saying? Like you go into a white person's house, you know what I'm saying? You used to what you used to because we're black. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
We go
right.
home and we listened to some R&B or some shit, and you walk into the other person's crib or something, they got on a bunch of loud rock and roll or something. You know what I'm saying? How do you deal with
Yeah,
that?
right.
Or
That's
you
minor
do,
shit though.
you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
or when it comes down to the cooking
yeah,
or the food, so
yeah,
you got to get used to
yeah.
food not being the way you would, the black way. You know what
Right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right,
I
right,
had
right.
one of my friends, matter of fact, because he got a white woman or whatever, and she brought over the potato salad. And my homie
They say you
called me.
can't eat everybody potato
My
salad.
homie he said his sister say, girl, who made this potato salad?
Right, right.
So the white girl made the potato salad.
Yeah, for sure.
And the sister, the taste, she say, oh man, shit.
Yeah,
And she whispered to my homeboy, can you get somebody to bring me, please make some potato salad?
yeah, for sure.
Because
Right.
the potato salad, they had no, see, I don't know what was going
Yeah,
on with
yeah,
the
yeah. It was
potato
some,
salad,
it
but it
wasn't shit. It
wasn't
was no
right.
shit
Yeah,
motherfuckers was used to.
it wasn't right. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, or you might get home and you white rice. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? White folks ain't come with that yellow rice.
yeah,
You got the peas and carrots and all that
for sure.
shit up. And so you gotta figure that out because now you in another culture.
Yeah,
Even though she coming into your culture, because of course we gonna have to make them, live the way we live. You know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
for
Because
sure.
I want my chicken
Yeah,
fried
yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
Every woman is a reflection of her man, for sure.
I want some ribs. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I want some motherfuckers. Yeah, I know you probably don't eat pork chops. You know, too. What my what my homie Chubb say, pork chops ain't did nothing to me.
Yeah, I'm cool in the motherfucker. And that's why they call the nigga Chubbs, right?
God damn, that was a good blowback.
Yeah,
But
man.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
And oxtail, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind
yeah.
of throw a menu out
Right.
there, and sometimes they never even had that soul food.
For sure, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, damn. So that could be a clash in
Yeah.
itself.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? When you getting into another race
Yeah.
relationship. You
Right,
know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
I'm gonna have to ask these questions to anybody that's listening to this program. Comment below and ask, did you ever have any problems with that, like far as what you want to eat for dinner? You
Right,
know what I'm saying? What
right.
you want to eat for breakfast, lunch, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? Or musical whatever
yeah.
differences, you know what I'm saying?
For
Because
sure.
sometimes I can't listen to rock and roll all goddamn
Right.
day. I'm like them old white folk. Them old white
Right.
folk, when they hear the rap music, they say, oh, what that book of the boop, boop, boop shit?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, no, see, they ain't listening, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like, we ain't listening to,
For
they may
sure.
have some messages in they shit that
Well, we black,
don't
so we
know
got a
about.
lot of times we gotta have drums, man. That's just in our soul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
so it's just, you know what I'm saying? That could be the only thing that I see that's a problem with being in a interracial relationship. You just gotta figure out that medium ground, I guess.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
well, for me, I'm the type of person I like to, I like to broaden my horizons, and I like to try different shit. So if a motherfucker come to me, like, basically, I had a Russian girl, she cooked me some borscht. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's they staple shit out, in Russia, it's like, borscht. So she cooked me some of that shit, man. It was the main thing to me, man, is it healthy? You know what I mean? It was
Was it good?
yeah, it was good too. It was good to
Okay.
motherfucker. Some borscht, like, ultimately, I done had a Hispanic girl make me like, plantains and, mofongo and, all that old type of shit. Just like, we from the West Coast, we can grow up on tacos and burritos and all that old
Oh
type of
yeah.
shit. So if you run into a Mexican female, you gonna get that off top. You know what I mean? I done had an African girl make me some fufu. You know what I mean? So
That
there,
foo-foo, huh?
yeah, so being that,
Foo-foo.
and then I'm open, and then everybody, I know a lot of people, they like to just stick to what they taste buds, fuck with, and
I'll try some things out.
yeah, So ultimately, I think when it boiled down to that, you just teach somebody. When it boiled down to a woman, it's like, is she gonna do the things necessary I need? All that other shit is extra. You feel me? Because if shit, you allowing me to get the money and you helping a nigga get the money, shit, I can, I can order, I can order some shit or, a chef or something around this motherfucker. You feel me? That's how I think.
Gonna get very expensive, baby. Gonna get very, very expensive.
Where or what's that one shit to where the one shit to where you order your meals and shit like that. It's all certain ways around it. But if you got somebody, say for instance, if you got a certain kind of chick and she ain't cooperative and you can't go out and figure the shit out, shit, Now you ain't getting no meals cooked and you ain't got the motherfucking money to, to go buy some food, some motherfucking food.
That's all
So,
bad.
you know what I mean? So it's gotta be a compromise somehow. You like, it's like, shit, basically if I can't get it on this end, then shit, I gotta figure it out on this end, cause ain't nothing gonna be perfect. But I do need you to adhere to what the fuck, is going on. And I think that's why a lot of black men is going to interracial, interracial relationships, man. It ain't just because they, they infatuated with white skin. You know what I mean?
No, it definitely ain't.
Motherfucker just ain't infatuated with that. You know what I mean?
Definitely
I
ain't
think
that.
they're infatuated, with once they go over to the other side and they getting a certain kind of treatment and shit.
Water right there. We
Yeah.
giving them too much shine.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And shit is going smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what a motherfucker need. Fuck all that other shit. You know what I mean? And shit going smooth to where I can be a man and do the shit that, you know what I mean? Like motherfuckers always say on them other podcasts, they need a woman that's fit, friendly, you know what I mean, and feminine.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I
I
mean?
definitely agree with that.
And I
man.
definitely need those qualities because I'm a fit nigga, so, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know.
The days of, when you have a hard day's work, you know what I'm saying? Your lady say, hey, lay down, let me give you a massage.
Right.
Let me rub your back, let me rub your feet and all that old type of stuff. And you get those from a lot of other ethnicities.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But overall, you know what I'm saying, it's just, I guess it's just preference, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you like, you deal with, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I've been successful with I always had all my women been mixed or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's been everything been cool. You know
For sure.
I had a white girl too, but she, yeah.
Yeah.
They a little wild though. They go crazy and shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some of them, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to kill you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But yeah. But anyway, y'all let us know what y'all think about this topic on the low. But we still on the same thing. But this is another question I want to ask now. Now say you get into a relationship with these females and they already got kids, they got children, and you got a kid by the girl as well.
It's a deep one right here.
And they fathers, 95% of their fathers ain't around anyway, but lately they've been some good fathers. I think our era has kind of stepped up and started trying to be a dad to their children. But they ain't got their fathers in their life per se, and you was dealing with their mother, and you got a kid by them, and y'all go y'all separate ways. So how is it that you interact with your kid and the other kids over there now that you're not a fixture in the house anymore?
Shit.
Like when you come over, like if it's Christmas, birthdays, or anything like that, do you automatically, or if you bringing food over? It was a time I had to come bring food to one of my kids, and the girl had a whole boyfriend in the house,
Right,
and
right.
she had other kids. I don't know if they was his kids or not, but I came over and bought my kids some food.
Right.
I don't know if I was wrong or what. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's something people would have to comment on below. Was I wrong for that, to pull up, bring my child some food, bring my child some clothes or whatever? Even though the other kids were sitting around there, you know, I don't know if they ate or not. I have
Right.
no idea. I just was concerned with I had to do for mines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you feel about some shit like
I
that?
mean, you know, I'm the type of cat like this, man. I feel like children is children, man. They always
Mm-hmm.
they always innocent in the shit, man. You
Right.
know, you know what I mean, regardless of, you know what I mean, how the shit pan out. You know, so if you know, if I went over there and brung some kids, you know what I mean, so or my kids some food, I would have made sure, you know what I mean, you know, I bought some shit off the dollar menu or whatever the case may be. I would have bought something for all the kids. I would have been looking at the nigga weird and shit though.
I
You
did.
know what I mean? You know, I would have
That
bought
was the
something for
problem.
I would have bought something for all the kids because I feel the kids is innocent bystanders. Now, if I didn't have enough money to buy all the kids something, or I didn't feel like, you know what I mean, that was something I was, you know what I mean, prepared to do, then I would have told, you know what I mean, I would have called old girl, told her, you know what I mean, bring my kid outside, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or had my kid come outside, and when my kid came outside, you know what I mean, I would have took my kid somewhere and fed him. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? That's what I would have did as far as that situation goes. You know, but shit, when we talking about, you know what I mean, just mixed families, you know what I mean,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
when a person gets with a woman, you know what I mean, and she already has kids, and then, you know, you have kids as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, that shit is complicated. It's complicated. I'm gonna let you step into that one first.
Well, I've been there like a couple of times.
Right.
The first time I was in a relationship, there was a kid already there, but that particular situation, it was not her kid, it was her brother's kid. And he just happened to be locked away in the penitentiary doing some time or whatnot. So the kid had to come live with her. And the kid was a small, you know, she was a baby at the time, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of had to step in and take the parent role, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So even though she wasn't mine, I still raised her as if she was
For
mine
sure. No doubt. No
because
doubt.
I was in a relationship with her auntie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So because she was so little and
Yeah.
so young, so she kind of looked up to me as damn near like her daddy.
Yeah.
Because I was the one that was putting clothes on her back and putting food on her table. And I was the one taking her to school and stuff every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For
So
sure.
it was almost to the point that by the time he got home, she was looking at me like I was her daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But she knew that was her father, but she was damn near, I was like damn near her father. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because by the time me and her parted ways and we went our separate ways, things went kind of haywire
Mm-hmm.
because it was no more structure.
Right.
You know, when I was around, it was major structure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wasn't no boys allowed in my spot.
Right.
Nobody coming in and out. You know, the kids had to be in at a certain time.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of structure around there.
Right.
And then when that one party leaves the house, it destroys the dynamic of the home.
Right.
So she kind of went wild after that. After I left.
Okay.
So after I left, it was no more structure.
Right.
And now the girl, you know, we don't know where she at to this day, but now she got a kid, you know what I'm saying, boyfriend, and out, and you know what I'm saying. So I guess you could say, shit. As far as that part go, you know, I guess you know, if you raising them as a baby,
No.
you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hard to say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in my second one, you know what I'm saying, she had 2 kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then me and her have a child together now. You know what I'm saying? But they were small too, shit.
Right.
So I kind of raised, but I ain't have my hands on them the way I had with the other one. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
I had my hands on the other one. You know what I'm saying? We had them going to go attend school, had
Right.
them going in pageants, had them doing cheerleaders, you
Yeah.
know, had them doing things.
Right.
Versus in the other one, I didn't really have my hands on like real tough.
Yeah.
You know, I had like probably like a touch. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
We try to
right.
put a little man up in football and all that stuff, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was ready for it or wasn't ready for it, but
Right.
you know, he didn't stay into it. So, and plus it was a time that I was trying to teach him to be a man, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
right.
By giving him chores to do.
Okay.
And I was paying
Right.
to do chores, you
Right.
know, paying to do chores.
Right.
And I remember I used to get a lot of resistance. Like they'd be like, he don't want to, they didn't want him to grow up to be like me, or they didn't want him to, you know. I'm like, well, when I grew up, I had rules.
Right.
You know, my mother had shit all on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
You know, cause I had me, my brother, I had a couple stepsisters that came into our home,
Right.
and so we had my mama used to put a board on the refrigerator.
Mhm.
So all of us had a day to do the dishes
Yeah.
and take the trash out and clean the house up, period.
Right.
So I was trying to insert that into my home because that made me a mature man.
Most
You
definitely.
know what I'm saying? It
Most
made me
definitely.
a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is why I like my house clean.
Yeah, that's what a man supposed to
This
do.
is why I want
You know what I mean?
I don't like dishes in my
Sink.
sink.
Right.
I don't like my trash all piled up.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But so I was trying to teach him, give him those rules, give him that upbringing, and I was met with resistance. I was met with, you know what I'm saying, he don't grow up to be like you.
Right.
He don't have rules like you know what I'm saying? It was that type of shit. So I was like this.
Yeah.
So I did like this. Okay, well,
For
hell,
sure.
you teach him to be a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
He don't have a father.
Right.
So, I don't know how you gonna teach him to be a man, but
Yeah.
so I
She
just
can't. She can't.
so I had to step back and let them try to raise a boy to be a man.
Right.
And now you look at my house today, even though she cleans the house up, you know what I'm saying? Every day come home, clean the house up, you know what I'm saying? This is stuff you're not supposed to be done.
Right.
But guess what? If you'd have stuck with all the rules and regulations I had, none of that stuff would be going on. The trash,
sure.
you wouldn't even have to ask.
Most definitely. Most
You
definitely.
know what I'm saying?
Well, you
Because
gotta raise it.
my mama,
Yeah.
she never had to ask. We
Most
gonna take
definitely.
it out on our own
For
because
sure.
we know
For
we
sure.
ain't trying to hit this.
Most definitely. You know, I think when it boils down to that, I think that's the problem with society now today, is there's too many, I mean, there's either too many mixed family relationships, or, you know what I mean, there's too many single women, you know what I mean, that's basically, you know what I mean, raising, you know what I mean, trying to raise boys. You know what I mean? And a woman can't raise no man. You know what I mean?
No,
You know,
really.
I think, you know, from my experience and what I know is, you know, I think that anytime a man steps into a house with children, you know what I mean, and he accepts that woman, automatically them kids become his. You feel me? That's my point of view. Now, you know what I mean, is the woman gonna allow that? Is the woman gonna allow you to raise these kids properly, you know what I mean, in order, now, you know what I mean, not to the point, you know what I mean, not to the point to where, you know what I mean, he oversteps his boundaries when it comes to, you know what I mean, the biological father, you know what I mean, but, you know what I mean, he chose that woman. So he had to choose, he chose everything that woman came with. If he, you know what I mean, if he wasn't willing to accept that, he should have said, shit, you know what I mean, baby, you know what I mean, you know, I can't, you know what I mean, I can't fuck with you like that because you got children. You feel me?
Yeah, you could do that, but at the end of the day, it's just like, cause when you jump into those situations, it's hard to say, what if you got a discipline? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you don't have the right to discipline those other kids.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And me, I was one of those guys. Yeah, hey, I ain't disciplining these kids.
Right.
Those are not my kids.
For sure,
You know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? They my kids far as, I can help them, give them advice and all that type of shit. Or if
Right.
I got to shoot them some bread
For
or,
sure.
shit like that. But how the hell you going to discipline these kids that ain't yours? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that, like, you could get, like, it's always a woman, daughters and mamas, they always have a rivalry.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
once they
saying?
hit a certain age, for
I've
sure.
never seen,
Once they
it's
hit a
not
certain
one
age.
that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
It
once they hit a
always
certain age,
have
for sure.
a woman-daughter rivalry. I'm
Right.
like, and I used to sit and witness this stuff. I was like, damn, cussing and all that yelling and cussing that. And I sit back and think about what my mom do. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
My
Right.
mom gonna go upside the motherfucking head.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of getaways in my home. I'm like, like,
Right.
motherfucker and cussing and da 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 da.
Right.
I say, woo, well, that stuff would never fly
Right.
in my home. But now, as a man, I'm supposed to step up
Right.
and step in that and kill that. You know what I'm saying? Cause it ain't, cause it's not right for number one.
Right.
And, but then at the same time, I can't discipline you. So what's
Right.
It's like, so you in a catch-22, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a hard situation, man. I definitely trust me, man. I could definitely relate. I would say, and then a lot of times a woman wants you to accept the kid. 100%. But then she want to keep her boundaries. As far as how you could discipline them, and if you want me to be, a complete father to your child, then allow that. Because me personally, I always say it's not about the blood, it's more about the bond. Because you got, certain cats that, that you was raised with,
Right.
certain cats that you grew up with, that maybe, become family, or certain cats you may meet along your life that may be family more than your own family.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
That's facts.
Right. so my thing is like, if I'm stepping to a situation and, I have to feed this child, I have to, make sure they straight, as far as a roof over their head, they reaping all the benefits of me being in the home as a father, then, you know, then basically when this child starts doing things, that's outside of the bounds of me as me being the man, then basically what's happening is I'm only allowed to be half the man I'm supposed to be in all situations when it comes to my household.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the kids gonna feel that. They gonna react off of it. They gonna try to take advantage of it and some more shit. Cause ultimately when a man and woman get together anyways, they supposed to, a man and a woman, when they get together, they supposed to have a united front, to let the kids know that, you can't get past this united front that me, that me and my man or me and my woman got. You know what I mean? Cause once they feel like, you got some wrinkles and some cracks in that shit, oh, they gonna play off of that. You know what I mean?
What if you might fuck
They-
around and get that? What if you get that? You ain't my daddy.
Well, sure. You know what I mean? Well, that's where that united front come in. But I understand what you saying because 9 times out of 10, it's gonna happen the way that that you saying. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The
been
woman
there,
gonna
so.
be like, oh, and then once you try to really discipline the child, the woman gonna be like, oh, well, you can't. You know what I mean? Then she gonna remind you that ain't your child. But it was your child, when he needed shoes. He was your child, when you
Needed
needed
that
when you
$100.
needed to go school for him, when he
Needed
needed
that
some money,
ride,
when he
needed anything,
then
you the daddy then.
then he was your child. You know what I mean? So why he wasn't my child when it's time for me to discipline him? You know what I mean? And like you said, love, you can't raise him as a man. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of these boys out here, they growing up soft and a bunch of motherfuckers. Because of that reason, because even when a man does decide to step in and say, I'm willing to be, what this young man needs, to raise him up and instill him properly so he can be a man, and so he won't make the mistakes that I've made. You know what I mean? And I can instill the shit that, you know, the shit that made me a man. You know, when she gets in the way of that, what is he to do? Only thing he can do at that point is throw his hands up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? What am I going to do? You know what I mean?
Because ultimately, you know, that's my job. You know, my job is to. That's why I try to stay way out on the outskirts and everything. Because now I have another child. You know, my smallest son, and even though he's special needs, he takes a lot of attention.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a conversation about that on another show, but he demands a lot of attention because he's special needs. But I can deal with him the way I deal with him because that's my son.
That's
You
your
know
blood
what I'm
son,
saying?
right?
I can deal with him if he was a regular dude, a regular kid, he would have been seasoned that much more,
Right.
because I would have made sure of it that
Right.
I had
For sure.
laced him with proper guidance,
Most
proper
definitely.
game, and he would have been probably way ahead of his time.
Most definitely.
Because I
Most
know,
definitely.
like you say, well, you know where the hell we came from.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
guess what? I'm gonna lace you up
Yeah.
10 times more
Yeah.
than I've been laced up.
Most
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying? Because I'm just learning. We just now learning to have your credit right.
Yeah.
We just now learning to make sure your family is straight. We
Most
just
definitely.
now learning.
Well, we've been
to-
through that.
Yeah, well,
We've
we've
been
been through
through that.
that, but I'm
You know
just saying. But you
what
know,
I
back
mean?
then
On
we
certain
was,
shit, right?
do you remember back in the days we was making so much money?
Right.
We think about if we would did this back in the day
Yeah.
when we was getting all that fucking
Well, we
money.
didn't have the knowledge. We didn't have the knowledge.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You think about all that money that we ran through.
For sure.
We ran through some long dollars. I can't
sure.
even count these motherfucking money that we
Right.
ran through. And
For
you
sure.
think if we was doing like you got a business now, I got a
Yeah.
business now.
Right. Right.
And you think if we would have had our own business back in those days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
didn't have nobody to put us down and set us down and say,
Nah.
look, this is what y'all need
Nah.
to be doing with this bread.
For sure. For sure.
Just think how successful we could have been to right now. We
Yeah.
probably have been damn near retired.
Right,
And
right.
just sitting around, you know, probably doing this still, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying,
yeah.
lacing up the public with giving them information
Right.
on how to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. My son, if he was a regular dude, man, he'd be so laced up.
For sure.
Because I'll
For
be
sure.
lacing them 7 days a week.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
7 days a week, he'd be so ahead of the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have no choice.
Most
He'd have
definitely.
to sit down. You know, I sit his ass down like he in school,
Right.
but he at the house.
Yeah.
And we're going to have at least an hour conversation on this real life game
For sure.
that I'm going to season you with every day,
Right.
you know, at least an hour.
For sure. For sure. Most
My
definitely.
brother, he's doing a great job with his son. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 sons, and he's doing great stuff with him. You know,
That's
he got him
beautiful.
on his podcast. Shout out to Byron, and he got him on his podcast. He had him doing sports. He was great in sports,
That's
football
what's up.
and all that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it's just stuff you got to do.
Yeah.
You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying? When
For
it
sure.
comes to them kids. So,
Yeah.
but it's like I say, but now versus the other kids, you can do that.
Yeah.
But they got to be willing to let you do that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't want to grow up your way. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
of course he ain't gonna grow up my way.
Right.
He couldn't.
For sure.
Never
For
would have
sure.
made it.
Yeah,
With
right.
that song, never would have made it.
sure,
You
for
never
sure.
would make it doing the stuff I had to do.
Right,
And
for
grow up
sure.
and come through. You know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't even make it through no jail cells. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
You think you could have walked through the penitentiary and made it?
Right. Right.
You think you could have walked through the county? When I was in the county back in my days, I was in the motherfucking gladiator tank.
Right. For sure.
You think
For
you would
sure.
have made it through that?
Most definitely.
You
I've
know what I'm
experienced
saying?
that
So
before.
we want y'all to stay away from that.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
So it's all it's the right path, but you, like I said, you gotta have them girls that want you to be that leader like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't be the leader, then you just gotta step back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. I just, all right, well shit, you want
Right.
to teach people to be a man, then
Yeah.
hell,
Well, you know
do your
what I mean.
thing.
Right. Yeah, I could feel that. You know what I mean? And shit, it's kind of rough, man, because, you know, especially when you see, you know what I mean, the direction, and as a man, you know the direction that they headed in, and you know the kind of guidance they need, and it's something that God instilled in you that he didn't instill in her. Cause all she want to do is pamper. You know what I mean? I know most women, they want to pamper a man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can't
You
pamper
know,
no damn
well, they
man.
want to pamper. You know what I mean? They sons. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I come from a family full of women. You know what I mean? And they make excuses for, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They make excuses for the men in my family. They make, you know what I mean? You know, nigga can be wrong as two left shoes. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, well, it was because of this and that's, you know what I mean? And to be honest, you know what I mean? A lot of my family members, the boys in my family, man, a lot of them niggas, man, you know what I mean? They ain't stepping up to the plate like they should.
Right.
You know what I mean? They not. You know what I mean? It just is what it is because they've been pampered by these women for so many years. You know, but me myself, I got a son, you know what I mean, now, man, and he's 25 years old. And for years, you know what I mean, me and his mother was together, but you know, even within that, you know, I got a lot of resistance as well with my own son. You know what I mean? And it was like, you know, either, you know what I mean, it was like basically if I try to tell my son something, then his mom would step in and be like, and try to tell me, you know what I mean, what I could and couldn't tell my son. And it's the same thing. He ain't raised like you. He wasn't raised like, you know what I mean, he not like you and so on and so forth, to the point to where, you know, I was concerned for my son for a while because he was growing up and he wasn't doing the things that he needed to do, you know what I mean, in order to what I considered to be or what now fuck what I considered to be a man, but what the world deems a man to be. You know what I mean? You know, a motherfucker that's willing to go out and make things happen and you know what I mean, supply, you know what I mean, for him, his family, and take care of the tribe. That's what a man is supposed to be, you know what I mean, in my eyesight. So he just wasn't, you know what I mean? But ultimately, you know what I mean, he doing his thing now. You know what I mean? He doing his thing now. He got a good job, you know what I mean? He got 2 children and so on and so forth, and he's handling his business. You know, but you know, I definitely know what that whole resistance thing is about as far as, you know what I mean? And on top of that, you know, I've been in a situation to where, you know what I mean, I tried to raise, you know what I mean, I try to raise, you know, another boy as well that wasn't, you know what I mean, my biological son, you know what I mean? And I received the same kind of, you know what I mean, opposition, you know what I mean, when it came to me trying to raise him, not just from his mom, but also, you know what I mean, his grandmother. You feel me? You know what I mean? And my intentions was basically to, you know, make sure that if children came into my world and I was supposed to take care of them and I was responsible for them, I was supposed to do what I was supposed to do as a man in order to take care of them. You know what I mean? Because growing up, I had, you know what I mean, you know, my mama had a boyfriend and, you know, the nigga was selling a lot of dope and shit. That nigga used to spoil the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? You know, and he loved my mama to death. You know, he used to buy me all kind of shit, and, you know what I mean, you know, and treat me, you know what I mean, you know, he treated me like his son, man. He treated me fair. You know, and even when I did shit, like I can remember one time I was ditching from school and he seen me, you know what I mean, I didn't want to go to school and he had drove by and he seen me, you know what I mean, the nigga came home, you know what I mean, when I came home, shit, the nigga, you know what I mean, when he seen me, he was like, oh man, you know what I mean, he was like, did you go to school? I was like, yeah, I was at school, yada, yada.
Right,
He was
right.
like, you know what I mean, no, you wasn't, I seen you sitting at the bus stop.
Right. He caught you.
So, you know what I mean, the nigga whipped my ass, you know, and I couldn't do nothing but respect it. You feel me? Because I respected the fact that he did all this other shit for me. So why wouldn't I respect the discipline? And that's what's wrong with a lot of motherfuckers today, you know what I mean? Just like we was talking about motherfuckers snitching and, you know what I mean, you know, motherfuckers don't want to own up to what, you know what I mean, what the fuck they got going on and what they did. They want to take all the good shit, you know what I mean? But when the shit come around to where, you know what I mean, you have to be responsible, it's like, oh man, you know what I mean, I don't want to take that. You know what I mean? You know, and a lot of women, when they try to step in for their sons or they children, you know what I mean, they don't want them, they want them to reap all these other benefits from another man coming into play, but they don't want to, you know what I mean? When it comes to the children being responsible and them being responsible, they don't want to do it.
Right. Yeah, I know. Like my mother, she was when she was married to her ex-husband. Uh, he was pretty much a good step pops to me and my brother. You know, 'cause that's my brother, my baby brother's father,
Right.
and he was pretty much the closest to a father that I had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? he the one showed me how to change a tire.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? How to change oil. You know how to do a lot of these manly things. He the one got me my job my first job when I was a youngster. Uh, Man, he pretty much let us be boys too. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
We was
right,
bringing girls home, and
right.
he used to salute that shit.
For
You
sure,
know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Most definitely.
He used to
Right,
have a ball off of it. You know what
right,
I'm
for
saying?
sure. That's
Got-
probably really needed nowadays. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah, that was you know what I'm
You know what I mean?
saying?
So, go ahead and handle that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
He used to salute him.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna step outside the house though. You know what I mean? But handle that.
He was the coolest
Right.
man. He was like the coolest man, and we never had no problems with that guy, man. We still tight to this day. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see him, we chop it up, and it's always love. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But like you say that. But my mom let him step in.
Yeah, for sure.
She let
For
him
sure.
step in. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It wasn't much we could.
And that's what a real woman does.
Yeah,
You know what I
let
mean?
the
If
man
not,
step
if you don't feel like a man can step in, you need to get rid of him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That ain't the man for
Let
you and
the
your children.
let the man step in
Right.
and do what he supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Showed us a lot of stuff, man. And yeah, man, shit. I'm the man that I am today. You know what I'm saying? Through my mom and him. You know what I'm saying?
For
But
sure.
I was raised by them streets as well. But of course, you found that other family shit in the streets. And I was lucky with that. I found some cats that looked at me different than they looked at other guys. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? All
right.
my old heads used to tell me, man, you different.
Right, right.
You don't act like these other dudes.
For sure.
You ain't never been no follower. You
Right.
always been your own self.
Most definitely.
They still say it to this day. They
Most
always
definitely.
say, man, you been your own self your whole life. You always like getting some money. You like staying fly.
Right.
And you always run around with some fly women.
Right.
That's what they used to
For
say all
sure.
the
For
time.
sure. No
My
doubt.
homie used to say every time he see me pull up, I used to have a female in the car or something. He'd say, boy, you always pulling up with something exotic.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
always pulling up with something exotic, man.
Right.
I used to be like, shit, that just been me, man.
Most
I ain't
definitely.
never been that kind of guy, and I would like to lace these kids, hey, man, be you.
Right. For sure.
Be
Off
yourself.
top.
Don't never be no follower.
Don't be no follow.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Do
be
what
no
you think
follower.
is the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? Your first mind always the right mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you go out in these streets, ain't nothing in the streets no more. The streets they never did love you.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of my
Streets
people
don't love
gone.
you.
They out of here.
Nigga, get some bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all my friends is out of here.
Right.
I got a few that's left. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't many. You know what I'm saying?
right.
There's very few. The rest of
Yeah.
the cast is gone.
Yeah, niggas dropping off now. You know what I mean?
the upper room.
Niggas dropping off now due to high cholesterol and you know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, they
And
dropping
blood
off
pressure.
bad health now.
you know what I mean?
ain't
First it
getting-
was the gunshots.
A
Now
lot
it's
of them ain't getting
you
killed
know
by
what I
this.
mean?
Now they dying off because they ate the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
For sure, for
But
sure.
man, this was a real lovely conversation. There's some news you can use. You know what I'm saying? And we would like for y'all to hit the like and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And I got some more plugs. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all tap into Byron's show, the Byron and Kale show. I don't know what the name of his. I gotta still get that boy's name of his show, but it's Byron and Kale's podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in to Lady Brandy's place when y'all want to come party hotty on Friday. Well, Saturdays is the blues and R&B live thing.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Y'all check out my video, you know what I'm saying? Break them tricks. You ain't gotta like my shit. You can just pull up D Love Everything. On Instagram, it's D Love Everything. And check out some of them love edible cookies just coming. And some little flow, little luck. What you got going on, brother?
Yeah, well shit, yeah, I mean, ultimately you can catch me at well first I like to say this. At first, you know what I mean, my Mexican partner fronted me. You know what I mean, fronted me. Now the bank fronts me. You know what I mean? And as long as I keep everything in order, they gonna keep fronting me. So you can reach me at Capital Movements. I'll get you, you know what I mean, I'll get you business funding up to 100 grand. You know what I mean? But like I say before, you know what I mean, you get that money, make sure you write out a plan and know what you're gonna do with it. Don't just blow those. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you can reach me at Lucky Fit Yeah, I mean, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I used to own a gym. That's what I used to call myself. But anyways, you can reach me at, you know what I mean, Luck Got Fronted. You know what I mean, on Instagram. You know what I mean, and that's pretty much it.
And I want to give a shout out to Ignis Umbra for letting us use this facility and putting all these things together. You know what I'm saying? He got things you can take photos, you can do videos, you can do pretty much everything in this here facility. So that's gonna be it for today, and we should tap in with y'all another day. So right now I'm saying zoom. That means gone.
And peace out, and we get with you.
Much love.